everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined in our special TGIF edition. It has been a scorcher of a week, and it's only going to get hotter with Seafair back in action this weekend. The Blue Angels are in town, and the hydroplane races are happening on Sunday, a couple days away. Refined.com managing editor Britt Thorson joins us now, and here we go. Blue Angels, hydroplane races, Seafair.
It's funny. I feel like there are really two different people in Seattle in terms of Seafair. People who love it and people who hate it, and people who get out of town. So do you love it or hate it?
You know what? I thought I would always get tired of covering. I covered it for 10 years down in Stan Sayers Pits. Oh, here come the Blue Angels. I love the Blue Angels. They are spectacular. You can see them. It's like a really good movie that you can watch over and over and over again.
A really loud movie.
It's smoky with all the smoke in the air, so we feel right at home.
It's really cool. It is pretty loud, and I will say I grew up in the Mount Baker area, and we always used to roll our eyes around Seafair because it means we couldn't park anywhere. But now that I don't live there, it'll be kind of cool.
Look at the formation and just how close they are. And there's one there.
I think it's a guy thing. You're such a guy. I don't really care about the formation.
Oh, no. When you think about what these pilots do and how they fly, and look at this. I don't know, what are they, like Mach 1 right there?
It is beautiful. And when I actually think about how many inches are probably between them, it makes me really, really nervous.
Oh, yeah. And then not only is it a lot of action in the air, but then down on the water. And I've been in Stan Sayers Pits, as I mentioned, for like 10 straight years. And this is exciting, too.
This one's really cool. I will say I'm a little bit bitter because I don't have a boat, so I can't be out there. Do you have a boat? Can I come over to your boat?
You know, I don't own a boat. My mom told me never buy a boat, always have a friend with a boat.
Okay.
And I took that advice.
Okay. Yeah, no, but it's a great weekend, and honestly, just the party spirit in Seattle is so overwhelming that it's hard to not have a great time.
So much horsepower right there on those boats. What about a little dog power? And talking about racing.
See what you did there. So this event is coming up. It's kind of Corgi mania around here. The Emerald Downs is having the Corgi races this Sunday afternoon. That's right, Corgi races. And if you'll remember, we were also talking about Corgis last week when we went to the annual Corgi picnic, which is only the best event.
They look hot, don't they?
Only the best event of the year. But just look at their little faces. What I love about the Corgi races is their little tiny legs are so short that they're running so fast, but they're really not getting anywhere because they don't have many legs. So check that out on Seattle Refined on Sunday. We'll be there, or come down and see it yourself.
All right, let's go back on the water for a minute. In Green Lake, a really cool thing happening
This is one of my favorite events that happens every year. It's called From Hiroshima to Hope, and it's a floating lantern ceremony that happens on Green Lake right as the sun sets to honor the victims of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings.
Pretty.
It's gorgeous. I mean, not only the thought and the meaning behind it, but when you actually see all these lanterns floating on the water right as the sun's coming down, you feel like you're in a movie or something. Anyway, that starts at 6 p.m. Green Lake on Sunday. Anyone can come watch, light a lantern, so check that out as well.
And then this next event on Sunday is really cool too.
Yes, so one of my favorite drinks of the summer is a rosé.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love a rosé? Well, not Frolic, because Frolic is a downtown restaurant on top of the Motif Seattle Hotel, and they literally have 10 different kinds of rosé drinks. There's plain rosé, there's rosé cocktails, and there's even a frosé, which is frozen rosé.
It has to be dry for me, though.
Okay.
Rosé has to be dry for me to like it.
I like it sweet, but you have literally 10 different options. If you go to Frolic, Sundays starting at 2 p.m. on, get even rosé in a can if you want.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I come in this morning, I talked to our executive producer, Scott Rondo, and this next story, I have no, what is this? And he tried to explain it to me, and he did a good job. So you explain it to me again, so I really know.
People are freaking out. So the Halal guys are opening up their first shop here in Seattle in Pioneer Square on August 11th. They are a, how do I even explain it? They started as a food truck in Manhattan, and people love their falafel and their gyros so much that they've just expanded like crazy throughout the nation and even the world.
Ooh, baklava right there.
And people who've traveled know them. It's kind of a word of mouth name. You're like, oh yeah, the Halal guys, they've got great food. And we are finally getting a destination here in the Pacific Northwest.
Good.
And let me tell you, there was a media preview. People are knocking down the doors. We posted this on Facebook, and it's like got more shares than anything else we've done, even more than Corgis.
You know what's funny? I know you, just because of the show, I usually have a good idea, and with you filling me in. I had never heard of those guys before until this morning.
I'd heard of them before, but only like when I was visiting New York, or like, grab a gyro at like, street food, but I didn't know how much of a following they really had. But yeah, people in the Pacific Northwest are like just so excited to get that falafel.
Oh, I like the baklava. As I saw that, oh my God, I love it. All the layers.
All the layers, the honey soaked. Oh, yum.
So give us
August
something there
11th.
on book club.
Book club, yes. So while you eat and you drink, you might want to enjoy a good book as well. Refined Reads, in partnership with University Bookstore, is reading Goodbye Vitamin by Rachel Kong. It tells the story of a young woman who returns home to care for her father who has Alzheimer's disease. And while it tackles a tough subject, it will have you laughing the whole way through. Author Rachel Kong recently visited Seattle, and Terry Tazioli from our partner at University Bookstore sat down with her to talk about the book's mix of emotions.
I really wanted it to be about real life and about all the things that happen in life. And, you know, it isn't that easy to separate all the things that are going on in one's life. At least for me, you know, it's never been that easy to say, like, oh, this is, I'm just feeling sad today, or I'm just feeling really happy. It's never been that straightforward, and I wanted the book itself to reflect, you know, really day-to-day life and all the emotions that you feel. Also, all the different things that you're kind of juggling in your head.
If you're reading along with us, we're looking to be about 50 pages in by next week, and we'd love for you to join us for our next discussion at University Bookstore. It's scheduled for Thursday, August 31st. You can sign up on our website, seattlerefined.com.
Yeah, that looks like a great book.
Yeah.
And you got to love the book club, too. Everybody getting together and sharing
It's
things.
getting bigger and bigger every month, which is so exciting to see, because when we started it, it was just kind of like a bunch of us, like, personal book nerds. But there are other book nerds out there, too.
Beautiful. All right, Britt, stand tough, because you're going to come back a little bit later in the show.
Let's do it.
All right, Britt Thorson. All right, Seattle Refined is just getting started. Coming up, you might get starstruck when you hear who's next on Seattle's summer concert list. Kent Phillips has the breakdown when Refined comes back. But first, here's the iHeartRadio Music Festival word of the day. Log on to KissFMSeattle.com and enter for your chance to win a trip to the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. Good luck, everybody. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Garth Swanson. This summer, there are so many hot music acts coming through the Emerald City, attracting audiences really of all ages. And who better to talk about all of this? Kent Phillips from Star 101.5. We love it when you're on the show.
Man.
You're like a musical genius.
No.
Yeah, no. You know everything about what's going on musically here in town.
I'm just a geek. I'm a music geek. I'm in radio. What do you expect, right?
We got Lady Gaga. How about that?
Okay, huge show. Tacoma Dome. She's going to be down there. The Gaga fans will be in droves at that show. And she just keeps rolling. I mean, she just keeps rolling. Incredible. And she keeps reinventing herself. Every show is a different show than the one before. No meat dress this time, by the way. She won't be wearing the meat dress that she wore a few
I'm not
years
sure
ago.
about the hat. I love her music. I'm not digging the hat, but that's okay.
It's Lady Gaga.
That's right. And then what about Steve Miller? This is a guy that when I was in high school, oh my gosh, Steve Miller was the man.
Well, they're playing White River. Peter Frampton's with him, right?
Oh,
so,
my gosh.
Steve Miller, Mercer Island guy, right? So he lives on Mercer Island. He's got a place up in the San Juans. So he does shows here. He's like a local act. And the funny thing about when you go see him in concert, a lot of the same musicians that were with him like 40 years ago. So it's like the same band. And here's the funny thing about Peter Frampton. Really nice guy, right? And remember how women love Peter Frampton, the long flowing hair?
Yeah.
The guy's like 5'4". I mean, you watch him on
His hair is longer than his
hair is
height.
actually longer than he is. Now he's bald, completely bald, and that's what happens as you get going up. But a great show. It'll be a fun show.
All right, I never really got into Metallica,
Oh, come on.
but only when I was in a bad mood and I wanted just to go rip some.
So here's the deal about Metallica. So CenturyLink Pack Show, the biggest band in rock, they're one of only 10 bands. One day we go through this, but there are only 10 bands that have had hits in 3 decades. #1 hits in 3 decades.
Really?
This is one of them. I'll give you a couple more. Train is another band that's at Maroon 5, 90s, 2000s today. It's very hard to do. Think about it. The Beatles only had hits for 10 years. Prince, 10 years.
Maroon 5?
Maroon 5, 90s, 2K, and 2010. So they're on 3. But this is the biggest rock band, literally, of all time. Metallica just keeps rolling. These guys are in their 50s and energy like you wouldn't believe. Great show. You'll be able to hear that. Queen Anne all the way from CenturyLink, you know what I mean?
I do like Metallica, but only in bits and pieces, and depending what mood I'm in. All right, How about Willie Nelson? Have you
Guy
ever
just
met
keeps
anybody?
rolling.
He does. I think just about everybody likes Willie.
Oh, Willie is fantastic. So Willie is going to be playing. It'll be at Merrimore Park, which is the perfect venue for him. Casey Musgraves is an up-and-coming artist who's really good, joining the tour with Willie. And if you're a Willie Nelson fan, he just keeps pouring out the hits still.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Eagles.
All right, just announced this show. So this is going to be huge. September 30th at Safeco, right? So it's going to be at Safeco Field, which they have to go a lot of concerts there. Hopefully the Mariners are out of town. It'll
Is
be
that a
very
good
weird.
spot for a concert?
It actually isn't a bad spot for a concert. It's much more intimate than CenturyLink. You get a better view. So the Eagles are going to be there with the Doobie Brothers.
I love the
And those
Doobies.
tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m.
How do you not like the Doobie Brothers?
It's just going to be a fun show all around.
Oh, it is. And then we got Bumbershoot.
Okay, yeah. Bumbershoot's the end of the month. That's our big music festival. Like 400 acts this year at Bumbershoot. A lot of indie artists, which the great thing I like about Bumbershoot is a lot of the indie artists are there. Washington State Fair is starting at the exact same time. So you go to the indie artists at Bumbershoot, and then you zip over to the fair. And I mean, the fair is going to have like Earth, Wind, and Fire and all the major acts playing the fair. So that's going to be, on Labor Day weekend, just crazy with concerts around.
Yeah, so we got Bumbershoot, and you mentioned the Washington State Fair. I mean, this is it's like the mecca of music that weekend.
It does, and then it sort of comes to a grinding halt. So enjoy it now, man. Get out there and enjoy all of those great, great shows.
All right, let's talk about Beyonce. A lot of sports people, or actually music people, love sports. And what's Beyonce doing?
So here's the deal. Beyonce's from Houston originally now, right?
Yeah.
So the Rockets are for sale. They announced that. The Houston Rockets NBA team are for sale. Beyonce said, literally last week, she would like to buy the Houston Rockets.
I don't even know what the price tag is.
It's going to be like, it's not going to be $1 billion, but it's going to be close. It's going to be way up there. Now, that's pocket change to C and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they're leasing a house now for over $400,000 a month. $400,000 a month. They're leasing until
right.
they can find a house they want. They can afford the Houston
Dude,
Rockets.
that is disgusting. $400,000 a month?
A month!
Does it come? It's got to come with a maid and a swimming pool, right?
Got it. I don't know. Whatever.
All right, and then we're talking new babies, new arrivals.
So Andy Grammer's a great guy. Does a lot of great songs. He's got a song called "Give Love Now" that's top 10 in the charts. One of the nicest people. Did "Dancing with the Stars" on ABC right here in
Oh, yeah,
Como.
yeah,
He's a
yeah,
"Dancing
I
with the
remember.
Stars" guy a while back. So he just had a baby. Louisiana is his baby. What a great name.
I like that.
Louisiana.
Louise, maybe they shorten it to like Louise or
Luis.
Lou.
They're going to call her Louis or Louise.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Louis.
Oh, that's
Yep,
going to be cute.
And speaking of Luis, Despacito, Luis Fonsi,
Yeah.
guy, not a girl. Luis
Right.
Fonsi. Get this. This song, Justin Bieber added to it, is the #1 song in the country, streaming over 4 billion streams. That is an all-time record
Well, you
for
know what's
streams
funny?
worldwide.
You were on the show a couple of weeks ago.
I said, watch out for this song.
You did say watch out for this song, and at the time it was like, you said it's about $1 billion, and I said $1 billion? He said, yeah, $1 billion with a B. And now it's up to 4?
4 billion. Oh, by the way, Justin Bieber, who's on this song, canceled all of his concerts, tweeted out this morning why. He said, broken relationships and a need to get himself more centered, a more sustainable life. Sounds to me like he's writing another song, but that's why Justin Bieber canceled all of his concerts for the rest
And
of the
Justin
14.
Bieber, he just keeps on going too. He
One
got
after
hit.
another after another. But this Luis Fonsi song, unbelievable. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. It's like an earworm. One of those songs just over and over and
Right.
over and over again.
You are the music guy, aren't you?
I love that song. I really do.
But I mean, you are the music. You know everything about music.
I don't know, but it's good. It's geek. It's geek music stuff. I love it. So seriously, check out in the next 4 weeks. Unbelievable concerts if you like Metallica, all the way to the Doobie Brothers and Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Something for everybody.
All right, make sure you get the earplugs too if you're going to Metallica, right?
That's right.
All right, Ken Phillips, 101.5. All right, there's still more refined ahead, including a fresh new video from Macklemore that has a very cool cameo in it. Plus, if you're looking for love, there are so many quirky new categories you might just fit into. Seattle Refined will be right back after this. Welcome back to Seattle Refined in our special TGIF edition. I'm Gard Swanson, and guess who's back? It's Britt. We're going to talk about a special cameo in Macklemore's new video.
The whole team makes fun of me because I'm kind of obsessed with Macklemore, but it's because he does really cool things like this.
And I love him because he's local.
So we just released his new video for his song called Marmalade, and it features a young Macklemore. And he goes and he steals Tom Brady's jersey and he brings it to Beast Mode. And there's an actual cameo by Beast Mode in this video. You're seeing him right here. And then Beast Mode just throws a pool party for all the kids because, of course, he's Beast Mode. Anyway, it's awesome. The song is called Marmalade. It's out now. You got to check out the video. Gosh, I miss Beast Mode, man.
I do, and the Seahawks need him this year, and I guess he's now with the Raiders.
I mean, he'll always be our Beast Mode, let's be honest.
But how about Macklemore? I mean, it's just so cool that you have a big shot in town who produces these cool videos, and I like how he brings the local people
And
back.
he's so Seattle-centered, too. All these kids, he put out a casting call for like a mini Macklemore, and he put it all out. And they're all Seattle kids. They're not flying up from L.A. They're all locals, so yeah, he's a cool guy.
Oh, that is. Hey, and if you want to do some fun stuff, what's the thing with Yellowstone now?
So remember last week we were talking about Glacier National Park because we're kind of touring through a national park every week, and this week it's Yellowstone. One of our writers took her whole family out to discover it. What I didn't know, did you know this? Yellowstone has the largest caldera, or the largest supervolcano on the continent.
No.
First of all, supervolcano, that's just an awesome thing
Well,
to
the
say.
supervolcano is supposed to erupt at any time soon, right?
No, the supervolcano is just the coolest volcano.
Oh, well,
No, I'm kidding.
But
I'm
isn't
kidding.
there a volcano that's supposed to erupt and like wipe
No,
out
this
half
is
the
a
world?
happy show. We're not talking about that. Yellowstone Park is awesome. Check it out. Some of these photos are just amazing. Geysers, hot springs, canyons. It's all up right now on SeattleRefined.com.
I love it. And then speaking of loving it, how about love life? Are you dating anybody? What's going on?
Okay, that's not what we're talking about
can't
right
ask
now.
you that?
But no, you can't ask me
All
that.
right.
But OkCupid just put out a new Daters Awards where they kind of looked at their app and all the people who are dating in Seattle, and they have really fun categories like the best nerdy pickup spot, the best classic local spot, the best no bros sports bar, which is a sports bar with no bros in it, which is awesome. Check it all out. See who won here in Seattle on SeattleRefined.com.
All right, man, that sounds good. Britt Thorson, thank you so much. We'll see you next Friday.
Thanks.
All right, don't go anywhere. Seattle Refined will be right back after this. Hey, welcome back to Seattle Refined. Garth Swanson with you. We're going to wrap up this beautiful Friday. I know all you're going to have a great weekend. Let's bring Britt back. And Britt, there's so much to do in Seattle. What else we got going on?
Well, this next story is kind of about what there isn't left to do in Washington State. Even this is actually kind of sad, but we did a roundup of trying to find the best drive-in movie theaters in Washington State, and what happened to be the best drive-in movie theaters turned into the only drive-in theaters because we could only find 5 of them.
Have you ever been to a drive-in?
Once when I was very, very, very young, but I love it. It feels so romantic and kind of the idea of it. And have you been?
My dad took me. I'm going to date myself.
Okay.
The first movie I ever saw was at a drive-in. I went to Tora 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 with my dad, and I laid on the hood of the car, kicked back against the windshield, and it had a little tiny speaker. And then the next one I remember is I was with my girlfriend, and we went to the original Rocky with a couple of other couples and got into this van and watched the movie. It was great, and it's all gone now.
I love the idea of it. And we could, and tell me if you guys know of some. We have an article up of the last 5, and these are the only 5 we could find in the entire state. So if we're missing one, I hope we're missing some.
Just
Please
5.
let us know.
In this big
Just
state,
5
there's 5?
in this whole state. Again, we could be missing some. If you know of one that maybe doesn't have a website or isn't online, let us know. But that's kind of sad because everyone just has their iPhones. Like, they don't need a drive-in. They can just watch this in their car.
YouTube, there it is. Oh my
I know,
gosh.
it's so sad.
All right, let's switch it up a little bit. And if you watch our show, you absolutely know we love pets, especially when it comes to dogs. And what's the deal with Jethro? You talk about a cute dog, you just want to pick him up. Look at
I
him.
love this dog. So every month we do this thing called Refined to the Rescue, where we work with Saving Great Animals to find one dog who really needs a home. And this month it's Jethro. He's 3 years old, and his foster parents describe him as a lowrider because he's got like a normal body and then he's got like basset hound legs. Look at him.
Open your eyes, buddy.
But he's so, look at him. He's just the funniest shaped little dog. So hilarious. If you're interested in Jethro, take a look at our website, SeattleRefined.com. Let us know if you're interested. He does need to be the only dog in a home. He does better with humans than he does dogs, which is weird because that's the opposite of me. I do better with dogs than I do humans. But check him out. He needs a home, and he's worth it. SeattleRefined.com for more info on Jethro.
All right. We're going to wrap up this episode of Refined. But before we go, it's a bit of a sad day in our offices because we're saying bon voyage to a colleague and a great friend. Matt Black is one of our producers on our show. And after today, he'll be leaving Seattle, and there he is right there. He's heading to Colorado, and we're really going to miss this guy. And I call Matt our triple threat because he's a great producer, he's a great writer, he knows how to shoot, and he just has a great synergy in the office. And there he is with a canoe, with a paddle in his hand.
He's such a good guy, and so much of what happens behind the scenes is due to producers like Matt, and he will be so sorely missed.
All right, and there we are on top of the Space Needle. Matt, we're going to miss you. For Britt and Kent, I'm Garth. Of course, we will see you next time right here on Seattle Refined. Take it easy, Matt.